here at the Cash Compound, where we're doing code cracking cash flow type things. Not that hood rat stuff with your friends. We ain't doing that.
No hood rat stuff. Got it.
No hood rat stuff today. Okay. For those of you just joining us on YouTube, welcome. You might be the first ones here. You know we're live in multiple avenues and venues throughout the interwebs on these platforms. So shout out to the Cash Compound fam on YouTube. Shout out to our Zoom audience, those who pre-register. When we have live and living color things to show you, Zoom is the best registration for these programs. And shout out to our friends and family on TikTok. We're on the Cash Compound handle here today. We got a couple cups for you. You know how it is. If you see us on these platforms, we're often showcasing the product that solves the problem. Jesse, tell them about the problem. Some people want to get into arguments or confusing narratives with us because they don't understand the problem. So first, why don't we make sure everybody's saved? But make sure they're lost before we try to save them. What's the problem?
Yeah, well, we teach people how to save and spend their money at the same time. So virtually nobody has a problem with spending money, which means that we don't keep it. And one of the biggest areas where the average person is losing money is interest. So we teach people about banking so that they can solve that problem and the profitability for themselves so that they don't lose interest.
That is right. I don't think I understood the problem for so long, even into understanding what infinite banking, the mechanics of infinite banking. I didn't understand the problem still. So if you have questions about the problem, how you are losing your dollars, your hard-earned money, to third-party banking establishments. We're not sure if they're evil yet, but you at least can keep control of your own money by learning to pay yourself first. That's what this shows you. The 3-cup setup is helping you with the product where you can pay yourself first and you can solve the problem. The problem is we're losing interest left and right. Shout out to us wherever you are. Go ahead and put in the chat right here or right there where you are TikToking or YouTubing in from. We're in Greenville, South Carolina. That's the headquarters of the Cash Compound. We're in studio today where we normally are on Thursday afternoons. We want to know where you are, and if you have questions, comments, or concerns, put them right here in the chat and let us know. What's up? Is that Texas in the building?
Yep.
Jesse, you got to tell them, since everything is always bigger in Texas, get more specific. Like Texas is too big. Tell us where.
That's true. You could jump in a car and go 8 hours in most any direction and still be in Texas.
Right. We got to know where. Okay, Jesse, also, sometimes many of our comments get hidden. You have to click that to the right of the comment. Yes. Approve the comment. It's so crazy. They kind of shadow ban some of the comments. Just click yes there.
Interesting.
And I don't know why. Lots of good comments out there, questions. Sometimes they're terrible, and I still unhide most of them. So sometimes we got to monitor that.
I got you. Very cool.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, where are we going to go from here? What are we going to talk about? We can start with any of your questions. Several of you who have been here before, put a 2 in the chat if you've been here more than once. Put a 1 if it's your first time here. Put a 2 in the chat if you're returning and you have comments, questions, or concerns. If, ands, or buts, we're going to accomplish everything that you need to know to set you up for financial success here.
All right, first things first, Dallas-Fort Worth is the area.
Let's go. So I spoke in Fort Worth, the Botanical Gardens at Fort Worth.
That's a pretty area.
In March. Okay, do you live in Fort Worth, or are you more the D of the F-dub?
It is getting so big that
it is massive, and it's
people
wide.
People say Dallas-Fort Worth, and I get it.
It's like
it's so huge.
It's like, it's a county. It's not like a city.
And then we're already getting 2s in, which I was thinking there's got to be so many people that it'll be their first time, a lot of folks, but a lot of people have been around. You were telling me about running into somebody who lives in a different state, but they were in town here, and you ran into them, and they'd already seen Cash Compound stuff.
Yeah, we're working on some stuff for
cool.
some on-the-street footage on some of our TikToks. Go ahead and click right there. Jesse will point to it sooner or later, but this right here, the Cash Compound, if you follow us there, we got lots of TikToks, and if we go to a regular TikTok post, very soon we got some new cool stuff coming out. And yeah, a guy recognized us, and he lives in Charlotte. We're in Greenville, but he was like, "Oh, I need to talk to you guys. I've been hearing about this. I have some financial problems y'all can solve." So,
Mimi's in Texas as well, and she's back. I remember
Yes.
speaking
What's
with
up,
her,
Mimi? Welcome.
and she's saying, "Come back, come back
Okay.
to Dallas."
Let's go. More Dallas than Fort Worth, Mimi? Tell me where to go. I like McKinney. I like Plano. North Dallas? Where are we headed when I come back to see you?
Getting some follows. Appreciate the follows. If you've not yet checked out our full recorded presentation, that's going to be a link in the bio. Appreciate the hearts. Thank you for that. Make sure to put any questions down in. This is what we're here for. Thursday, AMA. Ask me anything.
All right, Jesse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump into the topic of today. We have jump off points, and sometimes this is really helpful for people. We want to remind you that we post content on our YouTube channel regularly, long form stuff. You don't have to hear it in the 1 or 2 minute TikTok tweetable types. You can get a more long form. And just this week, we dropped the 5 family finance facts. And when I mean family, I mean that we both involve our children in our financial conversations. Jesse, it is back to school time.
Yeah, it is.
Today is the day my children go to private school in our area. And today was first day of school, and it was the very first day of school for my K4 boy.
Yep.
And we just got off the phone just a few minutes ago. His name is James. He's in videos. He's funny. He's in several videos, and I show him in that YouTube video. So go there and find us on YouTube. Click right here. TikTokers, go to our regular YouTube channel, The Cash Compound, and you can find the 5 finance family facts, whatever it was. What was the title? I don't remember.
5 family finance facts.
Love it. Okay, so our producer Will's got that one looking good for you. And Will's boys are in the office today. They're often in the office on Thursdays.
Yep.
My boys show up in that video. And we talked about money within a family atmosphere. And back to school makes us think of that investment vehicle tool that lots of people have popularized since 1996. We looked that up in our podcast this week. What is it, Jesse, where people think this is the best way to save money for the kids so they can be as smart as they can be and not go to the Army?
I had family mention that
all that you can
529
do.
plan
The
just this past week, actually.
529 plan. Okay, tell us about the 529 plan. How do you understand it to work? What'd your family say?
Yeah, well, it's a government qualified plan geared towards saving for college.
Yep.
That's what it is. So
Okay,
it's the children's plan of a 401k for a working class person.
Very good way to put that, because I think most people understand a 401k.
Right.
I actually would potentially challenge you on it, though, a little bit, Jesse, and say I think it works a lot more like it's basically a Roth IRA for education.
I got you.
More than 401k.
Okay.
And I would say that because when you use the dollars that are qualified inside this vehicle, 529, for the right purposes, there's no taxes. So different than 401k that is actually taxed at takeout.
Because of the general. I got you.
Okay, so I would say the Roth IRA for kids for college.
Got it.
Okay, so double tap on the screen if you've heard of the 529. Are you using a 529? Are you saving or investing in a 529 right now? Did anyone have one when they went off to matriculate at university?
All right, give people a chance to grab their dictionary. What's up, Dave and Paul? Getting some shout outs here.
Okay. All right. So here's what I learned about a 529. And when we had our first daughter out of our 4 kids, she's 10 now, I started a 529, Jesse.
Okay.
What do you think about that so far?
Well, I'm curious, why did you start a 529? What inspired you to do that? Who was talking to you? What were you
What
reading?
inspired me to do it was the fact that I went to college, 4 years, liberal arts degree, mass communication, and all my parents gave me was $1,400. And I was like, no.
Got to do better?
Yeah, I got to do better.
Level it up.
I got to level it up. So the reason I decided to use that 529 was if I start saving money now, I learned about it when she was an infant. And I said, if I put dollars in here and I average returns in the stock market, like these indices, they're always talking about S&P 500, I might make 7% on these dollars.
Maybe
what if I
have
could
more
get
than $1,400?
Yeah, more than $1,400. So she ain't got to be broke like I was. I mean, I was a hustler, so I wasn't. If I was broke, it was temporary because I could make money. I worked at the grocery store around the corner in college, and then I would learn how to play the game with coupons, take it back to the dorm, sell things for retail. Let's go. I made a bunch of money on some Pop-Tarts one time.
I'll bet you did.
Yes, I did.
The convenience.
300 hungry dudes chilling in the dorm on the
convenience
weekend.
of you being right there. All right, so we need to talk then about your transition from conventionally going the 529 route to what Dave and Paul are saying here, where they've got 7 kids and basically use whole life for everything.
Oh, okay. So one of those people, right? Stick up their butt over here. And that's how we are now. Okay. So how did we get there? How did you guys get there? Put it in the chat. What else are they saying?
They're saying their kids will have their own banks by the time they go to college.
Let's go. Now, I'm in that game and in that pool now. That's what we teach here at the Cash Compound. I think you guys all know that. But it was a 529 first for me because I didn't know about infinite banking. And I thought, well, what happens if I save for college in a checking account? Nothing.
Not very much.
Not very much at all. If I save in CDs, then I'm going to have to find good ones. I'm going to have a little maintenance that I'm going to have to do. And then I'm going to have to keep hoping
you wouldn't have
that
the same
return
liquidity that you would have maybe if you had gone the checking route.
Right. Just in case she was going to go to private school, which I just said my kids are doing right now. So that 529 also works for what we decided for our kids, private school. They don't have to go to college for it. You can use it for qualified educational expenses, including primary and secondary school.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another thing. So we didn't think that at the time. When she was born, I didn't know what school she was going to go to. And she started out in public school, but COVID. So now they're in private school. So yeah, I thought to myself, what a great way to have gains on the money that I'm saving. That'll be ready for her at the time of matriculation to home ec, whatever she's going to study in school. I don't know, whatever's next, right? Okay, so that right there is a pretty solid argument. But wait, there's more. There are more options specifically. There are more options for saving your money in a controlled, guaranteed environment. And I had no idea it was 200 years older than 1996 when they started the 529.
Right.
There's going to be no qualified expenses I need to be worried about. I can use it on anything. So in the event that my daughter decided to go military and the GI Bill was going to pay for this, that, and the third, or they were going to change the laws, which they have now, and now you can use it into a Roth IRA style. So if you don't use it for education, it's not like it's penalized because like crap, who else could use? What if she doesn't go to school? What if she gets a scholarship and she's running track real fast? I don't need to use this money. It just got stored in an environment where I couldn't use it, and now I don't need it. I did not know there was another option, Jesse. Did you ever consider the 529 for your kids? Did you have one? What were your thoughts on that type of program?
No, we had done plenty of other conventional things, but our children were not old enough that we had still been there. I'm trying to think. Our oldest son would have been, 1, 2, 3 when we first learned about infinite banking. So pretty early on.
Now my daughter's 10 and a half now. So she was 2 when we got her a policy.
Okay.
She was 3. I'm sorry. She was 3. She was 2 when I learned about it. She was 3 when I got her a policy.
Gotcha.
But that's when I emptied that 529 account. I took the tax penalty as well as the fee for not using it for qualified expenses.
Right.
And I put that money inside a whole life insurance policy on purpose for the use of cash and the gains that are automatically, and we've been using it ever since.
Very cool.
At the same time, turns out she does need tuition money starting 2 weeks ago because they've been sending these bills. They've been sending these bills, Jesse, I tell you what. So that's kind of our journey around that. But in that video that I just mentioned on our YouTube channel, please go subscribe, ring the bell, and get notified when we have things on the Cash Compound channel. What we've got over there for you is a walk and talk through some of the things that my family has been able to experience over the last few years while the kids have worked in our business. The Cash Compound is a family business. You know the other banking bro, my brother Jonah. We have our kids work here, and they are able to have camaraderie. There's a legacy plan and succession plan going on here because it's our own kids. Who else is supposed to run this place? Jesse's kids? Come on. Well, maybe. I don't care. As long as I get my check.
And they were planning on coming next week. Okay.
I hope they do. They're great. I want to see them on the show again. And also, we are the family value system. The culture of our family is a part of the business, right? So sometimes that is an advantage to hiring outside other people who may not share your values or share your understanding for the mission, the missional element. This is what our family does for the community. This is how we provide value to other people. So our kids, we're in the office all summer. They come during the school year as well, and they do different things. And we also pay them. This was the bonus at the end. We said, in addition to the 5 things, there was a bonus piece on that video, and that is how we pay them, specifically how we pay them. So we have a tax deduction by giving money to qualified employees that are our own children, and then they can pay their own school bill. But there was no longer that level of income burden to me. I paid my own kids. The income burden dropped. I love that. Really love that. One of the biggest tax strategies we actually have in our families to pay the kids. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are for sure that it's a complete different starting point, and to tie that back in with Dave and Paul commenting back and forth with us here, has 9 policies designed for IBC so the kids can start their own businesses, start in on trades, use them as college funds, sure, or anything else that they want to do. Absolutely.
Let's go to Dave and Buster's. What was their names? I can't see from here.
Yeah, Dave and Paul.
Dave and Paul, Dave and Buster, let's go. Cracking the code to Cashflow. Appreciate you guys. How long have you been doing this? Tell us about how long you've had these policies. How long have you been infinite bankers? And how do you, I'd love to know if you can tell us in a couple sentences or two, how you actually have instituted this mindset and process into the kids. Are you telling them about it? Are they grown now? Are they little kids? Do they know? My kids know they have a bank. They know that they work. They know that for sure. There's a lot of paper to shred around here on the weekends. So they know they work. They know they get paid. I rarely hand them actual cash. Sometimes I do, of course. They got to buy stuff, candy and stuff at the gas station, right? But what they do know is their money goes, they know the mission around here. Help people with money at the cash compound. They know that. That's what we're doing ultimately. And secondly, they know that their banks get money when they work. Their banks get money. They don't quite yet know exactly why they can't always get to that money, no matter what they want to ask for, aka Nintendo Switch every 3 days.
Okay, Nintendo Switch. Okay. Yeah, there's always a running list. In the house.
But they do know that their banks have money, and they should be able to, in their mind, why I can use the money right from my bank accounts, and they know that it's the family bank. They don't know anything about conventional banks. So.
We recently had a talk this past week about the hierarchy of where money flows to, and our 2 oldest know that the policy gets paid first, and then from there we are doing the other things that are non-negotiables for us, whether that is doing something charitably.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
After that, and then
your church, teaching them how to give at church.
Church.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's another good example of, like, when you're talking about giving money to the kids. I actually do think it's good for kids to handle, physical money and give it to a charity themselves or pay for something themselves. And there's a lot of value in that.
We spend a lot of time downtown in Greenville, South Carolina. Beautiful downtown. We live pretty close to it, and there's a lot of things to do. And I love that kids, it's natural for them to do this, I think. But they are following in Dad's footsteps because they like street performers. Okay. I've always enjoyed a good street performer. I stop or throw in $1 or take a picture with them when they're doing the mannequins or whatever. I'll take pictures with. I got pictures all over the world with street performers. It's just a thing I like. But little kids, probably most people's little kids, are naturally going to be inclined to pay attention to people the way you interact or pay attention with them. So I tend to look, point, or say, listen to the music, or do you know that song, right? In our town, there's a saxophonist, alto sax, chilling downtown on a lot of weekends.
Jazz,
this summer.
or you never know?
He's playing everything. Okay. Yeah, he's playing every little karaoke track going in the background, Okay. And he plays, and we've seen him a couple times, and we saw him like twice in the month of July, August. And so we, kids, Dad, give me $1, give me $1, that type of thing. So they're asking for money, yes, but they're giving it away immediately. And I like them to be able to do that, right? I carry cash a good amount of time. So if I have enough ones.
But not too much. Not too much.
Not too much. No, I like to carry cash, especially when I'm with them, actually, for those reasons.
Right.
And then I can pay them $1 or $2 extra for things they might do around the office, and I can physically hand them money. And, mom may take them, to the dollar store or whatever. Yeah.
Very cool. I love it. So Dave and Paul gave us the answer of over 6 years of doing IBC. Going to DM you guys. Let's jump on a call next week.
Let's do it. Okay, click the link in the bio right there. That's how you get on our calendar. The easiest path is the Linktree link right here. And the Linktree link says, watch our video. Watch our video. That is the call for the cash consultation. Okay, so there's a video that pops up. If you have not seen our version of the 3-cup setup and the walkthrough, the save and spend system, you're going to love it. If you don't know us well, that is where you should start, and you'll be talking to us very, very soon. Appreciate you. Okay.
Liz on YouTube.
Yes, Liz, thank you for being here. Liz is part of our fan club today, but really, she's on the inside. She's a spy out there because we love Liz. She's a part of the team and one of our coaches as well around here. She's not fully inducted into the coach community yet. She's real close, though.
She's putting a good word out.
She's real close.
Up in the Washington area. You can find her on social media.
Yes. Okay. So, what, Jesse, tell us about, we're talking about family, we're talking about back to school, we're talking about 529. We kind of covered that. Tell us how you handled your family in your day, back in your day. How did your folks handle money conversations, topics, and work, chores, allowance, socialism? How did they do it? And how do you do it? And what differences do you have in 2024?
Okay. Good question. So money, values, habits, examples that I got were, my folks were always working hard, and the only habit that I could say I picked up on was giving charitably.
Okay.
So giving to our church, that was just a given. That was something that we did, and I'm really thankful for that. We continue that, and we've been able to grow and expand what we're doing both in our lifetimes and beyond now by adding infinite banking to just giving one time, of course. So that's pretty cool. But, other than seeing my folks work hard, Dad was blue collar, Mom was stay at home. There weren't any money lessons. Looking back now, I could say, oh, okay, well, yeah, we probably went out every now and then at that time of the week because Dad would have got paid. But I wouldn't even have thought about that at the time. Stuff like that, or okay, getting shoes once a year at the start of the new school year, and getting whatever you needed for that year. It's like, and that's what you got.
Yeah, and that's got the last.
That's what you got that year.
This is called birthday and Christmas. So y'all don't ask me for nothing. Yeah. And while we in this story, you better not touch nothing.
Don't touch anything. That's right. Exactly.
How many of you grew up with those parents? Double tap on the screen for that. Okay. All right. So not a lot of money conversation. How did you feel your personal relationship then was with money? Maybe at that time and when you became of age and had your own money.
Yeah, when I started working, because I did start working early. I got my first job or official job, and paying taxes and everything else at 15 years old, and then forever after that. I picked up on a couple things maybe from an older brother who went and opened up a checking account.
Let's go.
And then went and opened up a savings account. But it was still real conventional stuff.
But he had all the ladies. He had a bank account. He had a wallet.
So what happened is
it
all got spent. It all got spent. I'm married to my, then girlfriend. So it all got spent. It was all, steak dinners and wherever we were going for the weekend and, whatever new thing that I wanted to buy because I was out there working hard and wanted to be able to enjoy things. So I spent it all.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's go to the phone lines over here on TikTok. So what are people saying? How can we help them?
Awesome. Let's see. Whole life insurance is not a be your own bank. You're right. It's an overpriced life insurance policy. You're wrong. It can't be overpriced.
I guess it's right. It can't be overpriced.
It literally, legitimately cannot be overpriced. And around here, the way we build them, Paul Frame Gamboa.
You accidentally invited him to the game.
I'll let you control it. I don't care if we have a dialogue. You run it how you want.
Okay, well, we look forward to it. We look forward to it. What is the cash value? What is cash value, first off? No. No, what is cash value in life insurance? What is it? What is it? No. No, that is incorrect.
I even wish the YouTube. I don't know if the YouTube's going to.
I apologize that you guys can't hear. We'd love to. You're not able to be heard, so we probably won't stick on long, but that is not what cash value is. Cash value is the net equity of the death benefit they owe you. No, cash value is the net equity of the death benefit they owe you. That's how much of your death benefit, the amount of money they owe you, that is net equity. Gosh, there you are. At least you're louder now. Okay. I don't know how to get rid of you, but I think it's this one.
You're right. You're right. Keep going.
There you go. Okay, cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen. We're back, real back. You guys still there? Now, does anybody want to talk through the things that he was saying? To be continued with, Raul is actually correct. It's the overpayment of premium. Cash value is not the overpayment of premium. You're talking about more like PUA. Cash value is the net equity of the dollar amount they owe you. That's what it is, and it is liquid.
Well, I would love to answer all those questions and even have that dialogue and that discussion, as long as we're being respectful. And he was sounding very respectful, and I was the one who accidentally hit the button that let the dialogue begin.
Yeah,
but
we'll put it back here.
Yeah, well, and I can put it back over here too. I'm trying to manage it the best that I can. I think that it's very valuable. But even before jumping in on all those things, I like knowing, well, where are you coming from? Have you read the book Becoming Your Own Banker? Because if we've not even become aware of why people would be attracted to using, owning, operating whole life insurance, then I don't know that we could even have a very helpful conversation about those things. We could have a conversation on their own merit. I believe that whole life insurance stands on its own 2 feet, period, regardless of whether you're using it for the infinite banking concept,
sure,
because it's been around longer than me or you or Raul combined. So there's no doubt that there is a call for whole life insurance in the marketplace. But man, when you are doing it for the reason that we are, it certainly changes the game.
I'm gonna let you put it back over there.
Yeah. Let me do that.
So we do want to we apologize for those of you who think we're scared of Raul. We don't normally go into. Plus, we're live in a couple of places, so we don't normally go.
It would have been helpful if everybody could have heard everything.
Yeah, he did hit that on accident. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, cash value is not what Raul said it is. Cash value is how much of the death benefit the life insurance company must pay you. That is what it is. It is the equity, 1,000%. That is actually what it is. The net now, the future payment is the death benefit. The net now, the net liquidity of that future death payment, that's equity, is cash value. We're talking about utilizing the cash value. That's what infinite banking is going to be doing, using this cash value as a bank. So if that's not what you're talking about and the next 17 words out of your mouth are investment, we're not actually talking about the same thing. It's fine if we're not talking about the same thing, but let's admit that. We're just not talking about the same thing. So we're not utilizing this as an investment. We agree. That's got put in the chat a couple times. It's not an investment. It's life insurance. Cash value is also part of the life insurance. The net equity is part of the life insurance contract. We're going to use it. There's just no investment going on here. Okay, so if we can define the terms on the same level, we're going to have a lot better conversation. Most of the time, everybody is just going to continue to not define the terms at the same level, Or, as I challenge Raul to for just a second, you're not even defining the terms correctly. So understand that infinite banking doesn't have the word investment in it. It's not an investment. Whole life insurance is not an investment. Okay, Jesse, help us out with a couple of these thoughts and things. I can't see that far.
I was going to let you keep talking because I didn't know if you wanted to go back to family values and 529s. And
we'll answer the questions, whatever they want to say. Yeah, whatever they want to talk about.
Awesome. Well, I was trying to write down these, but then there were other folks chiming in. If you believed in your... All right, so... Soccer Kid, you're saying if you believed in yourself enough, why silence him? Again, we're running on multiple platforms. I accidentally hit the button because we're trying to talk about 529s and back to school and family philosophy.
I don't believe in myself more than I'm talking through a guaranteed contract. Once again, this is not on the merits of whoever's louder, who believes the best. We're literally talking about guaranteed contracts. Once again, if we're not going to start fundamentally off the same terminology or the same platform, we're not going to get anywhere. Because it's not who believes more. We are literally talking about a guaranteed contract here. So right. I'm not saying that he believes more than me or I believe less than him. I'm not even saying that. I'm saying, like, we're talking about a guaranteed contract. There's certain parts of a guaranteed contract that are not arguable. Doesn't matter if you believe or not. And that's why sometimes those conversations are not going to be that helpful when you accidentally hit the button on TikTok. It's just not going to be that helpful.
Thankfully, Dave and Paul are in the comment section again, speaking from their experience about, this is nothing about an investment. And we're getting some clarification on the definition of things. So no, Soccer Kid, we're not offering 529s. We're just having discussions about back to school, being your own banker,
what a 529 is, why
what alternative
we used it, why I don't use it anymore. Yeah. So we don't sell them or offer them. It's not a thing you can sell anyway. A 529 is a qualified plan for money that can be used for educational purposes. They've expanded them over the course of the last year or so. They've expanded them in a good way for most people. That's why the government did expand them, and I'm still not going to use it. I found a guaranteed contract that can do very, very similar things with more bells and whistles and control for me, and I was talking about utilizing that. That's what it is. So sometimes people miss that. Okay, what's up, Steve? Steve says, you give a simple explanation. Can you give? Okay, I'm sorry. It's a little bit small for me. I'm struggling today.
How this works.
Yes, okay, very good. For those of you who can see our 3-cup setup right here, we made it a little bigger. Appreciate you guys.
Soccer Kid, roll. Follow this, just in case you've never seen this. I'll keep staying in the chat right here. We can answer questions. If you're open-minded enough, follow this visual right here.
Just use the dang thing and just push it the direction you want it to go. Push it the direction you want it to go. Which direction would you like this to go? You want it to go this way. So which way would you push it? If I say push it that way. There you go. Because we want to see this. Okay. Cup 1, 2, and 3, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you out there, Steve. Steve, let us know where you are, man. On YouTube, Steve asks for a simple explanation of how this works. If you guys are watching out here, you're going to watch as well and see it for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, the dollars that you make, it doesn't matter if it's soccer, football, basketball, or baseball, okay? Every dollar that you make that goes inside premium of whole life insurance is buying something, first off. Everybody with me? I did not say the word investing. If you'd like to chat the word investing right now, let yourself out. You're buying something, okay? It doesn't matter if you make $5 an hour, $5,000 a day. We are going to solve a bunch of problems by paying for whole life insurance from a mutual company that pays dividends. Premium is the dollars we give an insurance company. You got it? Everybody say yes out there. Yep, got it. I'm not saying you agree. I'm not saying you like it. I'm saying that you pay Jake at State Farm and Flo at Progressive premium. It buys you insurance. Whole life insurance buys you death benefit. Life insurance, even broader, buys you death benefit. Whole life insurance guarantees the death benefit. That's the blue cup. Cup 3, it must pay out one day. You will die. That's the guarantee. Your dollars have now bought a bigger pool of their dollars. Yes, Steve, you with me? Steve, I asked you to tell us where you were YouTubing in from. I'm hoping I'm giving you some love right here, Steve. Stick with me now. Let me know. Premium, dollars that I put in this system. I might call it a bank, but I won't yet. I'm going to call it life insurance premiums by death benefit. It's a guaranteed deal. What's Soccer saying out there?
He's having a talk, I think, with Dave.
All right, I'll keep going if I need to. All right, premium buys death benefit. Life insurance will guarantee this as long as your policy is in force. Whole life insurance is guaranteed to pay out. As long as the policy is in force, it doesn't matter how sick, how old, how ugly you get. It doesn't cost more, doesn't change in price. It doesn't expire or go away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cash value is how much of the insurance that you bought. Here's what you paid. Here's what you bought. Death benefit, blue cup, cup 3, is how much is no longer at risk. It's the equity now. And I can't get this 10 in.
Steve's with you. He says Kansas.
Kansas, what's up? There we go. All right. There we go. So can you see what we've got here? Cash value is how much money is liquid of the money you bought with your money. You with me? We are going to use this pool of money like a bank, as a bank, because a bank is a verb. Now, this is the noun. We're about to get some action into this, and we're now going to be able to leverage the liquidity from our policy, money that we bought from the insurance company using our inputs or premium.
Mm-hmm.
We now have a separate pool of money to finance things with. And the reason I say finance is because we don't have to lose any of our money to now buy things. We're going to be able to finance our debt with OPM, Steve. We're going to now be able to buy cars with other people's money, Steve. We're now going to be able to invest pools of money from our life insurance policy's liquidity while our money is making the whole system work. Do you guys understand? Do you understand, especially our friends out there on TikTok? Do you understand that nothing here was an investment? I know that several of you don't understand that. However, I'm going to ask every day I go live for the rest of my life. Do you understand that this is a guaranteed contract? It has my name on it, fully controlled by me. I pick the premiums. I pick what I'm going to finance with. I pick how much, how often. Nothing was an investment. So the next person who comes at me with, hey, what happens to this when you die, missed everything I just said. I'll be dead. It's what's going to happen here. What's going to happen to the rest of it? The death benefit is the same amount, even if I slid a 10 into this cup. Promise you, Raul did not understand that. The death benefit, the pool of money my family gets, did not change when I had more equity.
Mm-hmm.
They're still going to get this. Now, I can use this throughout my living career to finance projects or a new roof or a trip to Disney World or paying off debt or inflation got crazy. But now this system did not become an investment because you just decided to speak loud and carry a big stick. Didn't become an investment. You got it? Double tap on the screen if that made any sense to you. If you like, love, or learn something on our channel, give us a heart and tell me that my origami makes you feel special on the inside. Okay, so Steve, did that help you, man? What we do here at the Cash Compound is we help people crack the code to cash flow by saving their money and spending someone else's. If you decide to place, save, buy whole life insurance with your money, it's going to guarantee a contract from a 200-year-old A-rated mutual insurance company. That's who we love to set them up with. And there is an ever-increasing pool of their money that's liquid for you to use. I still have not used the word investment. I can't read anything, but I always assume that somebody is saying something about, hey, so when you die, and I'm going, oh, time out. You will die, but did you get anything that I just said here?
Of what you can do during your lifetime.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And how it's not an investment.
Brrr.
Yeah, no, Dave and Paul's been in the comment section going back and forth. Answering questions, making clarifications. Right now, Golden curls.
Okay, so golden curls. You're still here. We're cool with it. Go ahead and ask us a question or make a statement that you feel we didn't answer.
Yep, happy to field it.
Yeah, because you're still here. You obviously have heard what is.
But I'm liking Dave and Paul. Dave and Paul's talking about capital and control.
We already have them on our side.
No, I get it.
Let's help this person here. So what is it that you might want to know, you feel you did not get an answer to?
Just listening.
Okay, it's hard for me. I'm looking at you with a blank face, but I can't see
I'm
that
just
far. It's
listening.
real small. Okay, cool. Steve, so what if the second cup has the same or more than the third cup? It can't have more than the third cup, Steve. What is the E word I keep utilizing for cash value? Second cup, cash value, the green one. What is the E word? How much of your house is paid off, paid up, no longer at risk, you've paid for it? What's the E word that I've used a couple times? Jesse, help him out.
Equity. And that answers Eddie's question as well.
Equity.
Cup 2 is the money I have access to while I'm alive. Yes.
Equity, Steve. It can't be more than the total. You can't have more equity in your house than this, the total amount. Does that make sense? Okay. So if you have, now here, once you get close to paying off your house, all of it is equity. Now it's just all liquid. You could borrow against your house value. I know if I say house, some of you get it quicker because you have houses. You pay the mortgage. Here's the amount you actually borrowed from the bank. And here's the equity. Equity can't be more than the amount that you're paying off or paying for. Steve, you with me? Andre says, hey, oh no, Andrea, what's up? Andrea, we've been working with Andrea for about 2 years, 3 years, Andrea. Welcome, good to see you. Hi, Jeremiah, I got a call coming up Saturday with you. Do ya? That means you just put it on the calendar, because I think I had 2 when I woke up this morning. All right, do you have any other books that are great for showing the best practices to help us add more policies?
Awesome.
Yeah. Have you read Mapping Out the Millionaire Mystery? Knowing you, I might think you have. That is a great one. Mapping Out the Millionaire Mystery breaks it down in the money multiplier fashion. And of course, we've partnered with them for years. Have you read Caleb Williams' book? Yes, since 2022. Yep, I knew it. See, I knew it. Okay. Have you read Caleb Williams' book called The And Asset? I believe that Caleb's book is a really clear picture. I really like it. I like Caleb. He's the Doogie Howser of infinite banking.
For sure. But as far as adding more policies too, good thing that they've got a conversation lined up with you Saturday, because that's really where you
Yeah, we've been talking about that. Me and Andrew have been talking about that. Okay, so I would suggest that one. Caleb Williams, Guillalams. Look him up. The And Asset, great one. I get that one. And we'll talk about adding policies on Saturday. If that's what we're doing, we're going to do it. Let's do it. Let's go.
Riz asks from TikTok,
Yeah.
is IUL similar with whole life? So you just got through showing this system.
Yeah.
Maybe give an answer to Riz on TikTok about what's the difference between
Great
whole
question.
life as they just saw it and IUL.
Okay, yeah. Andrea, grab those books, put them in your cart on Amazon or go to our website. It's on the books page somewhere on thecashcompound.com. Yeah, pick those up. 1, 2 of those other books. We'll talk about them. Okay, is whole life similar to IUL? Yes. Is it different? Yes. Okay, it is similar. You can use the 3-cup setup to get a visual of it as well. Of course, life insurance companies are preserving capital. They don't use cups, but this is a great way for us to do it together on TikTok. Okay, so you put premium into life insurance policies. IUL is a indexed universal life insurance policy. Okay, so what is universal life and what does indexed mean? Universal life insurance policy means super flexible. Okay, super flexible. I'll get to that in a second. Premium buys death benefit at a life insurance company. So far, the same. Cash value is the net equity, but it works way differently in IUL. The net equity is the proper way to term cash value in whole life. In IUL, it's not quite the same thing at all. So in IUL, there's a simple visual that I help people understand the differences, because those people out there who believe it's the same or very similar can normally get the differentiators right here. Number 1 is this cup. Premium, the dollars we put inside Index Universal Life. Left hand, premium. Right hand, cost. In Index Universal Life, the cost of the insurance, here's the insurance, the death benefit we buy, the cost of it rises every year as you and I age and get older. So this might be the premium that we're paying, decided to pay, want to pay, have to pay, but the cost is rising every year. My question is, for all of my IUL friends out there or learners, what happens if you're not paying enough for the cost of the policy? If there's a gap between your premium and the cost of the policy, one of about three things must happen. One, it has to eat its own equity. If there were cash value or equity, it has to cannibalize itself. And or two, you have to pay more money. You have to pay the difference. The problem here is, reminder why you got the insurance. Probably to make sure your family was taken care of and you had a security place for your money.
Or maybe you're even encouraged to consider it for retirement purposes.
Or that. Here's the problem now is you're now retired. You're getting older, remember? And here's the problem. Your knees hurt and your back hurts, and it costs more to keep it. And if it is not coming out of your pocket, if you're retired and don't have money, then it has to eat itself. There is no money to use in your retirement. Big deal. Okay? Or number three has to happen. It goes away. Death benefit has to disappear. Policy goes away.
Right.
Okay, so that is a major, major difference. Second is the interest crediting or lack thereof that happens to cash value. It's not a guaranteed net rate of death benefit. That's not what it is. What happens over here is you get growth based on several factors. You get growth based on the indices you're connected to. You're connected through options, 1-year call options, and they are not guaranteed. Right. Big deal. You don't guarantee them. The insurance company holds the power to decide how you participate, cap rate, participate, spread charges. They're all things. And the insurance company, while they hold all that power to change those or have you connected or unconnected in certain ways, they don't control the index. So the index, they're at the mercy to what the index does. Mm-hmm. So who knows if there's going to be cash? The reason I cannot recommend Index Universal Life for what we talk about at the Cash Compound Infinite Banking is because we don't have guaranteed cash. We don't have it. So we don't know if there's going to be anything there for us. Jesse, how'd I do on that? How do you feel about it?
Yeah, no, that was an excellent explanation, and that's why we prefer the product of whole life insurance. One, because it's what the creator of Infinite Banking encouraged us to use, Arnold Nash, in his book, Becoming Your Own Banker. And then just looking at its own characteristics, guarantees. In a word, guarantees.
Guarantees.
Less risk.
Yeah, guarantees. There's more flexibility in universal life, but there are guarantees of more liquid cash for the rest of your life, no matter what happens in whole life. So we're going to use that for financing things. We know there will be money there and it will be growing. Those are the main differences. IUL can be used. Can you borrow from IUL? Sure you can. Is it likely that the IUL collapses and lapses? Not if you keep paying certain amounts of premium and you don't live to 150 years old. It's probably going to be fine for you. But using it for infinite banking, not the same game.
Yep. Eddie, for your question, how do you get one, start one? So once you've seen our recorded presentation, you can book a free consultation call up here in the top corner where we could have a one-on-one conversation about what that could look like for you. Thanks for asking.
All right. All right. We're only going to stay on for a few more minutes. Drop us some more knowledge over there, Jesse. Anybody saying anything we can be a part of?
I think we're caught up. Appreciate all the hearts. Appreciate all the shares. Any questions about what you've seen here? Man, we've covered a spread from.
We always do on TikTok. When people start commenting on TikTok, there's always lots to talk about. If you would, ladies and gentlemen, right about there. If you want to share, right about there. There's an arrow. We would love for you to forward this information to somebody out there. Let them know we're live today on the Cash Compound. When we're live, we're talking and walking through how people can save and spend money at the exact same time. Okay? Notice I didn't say invest. There's a reason for that, because we didn't invest anything. We actually preserved our capital in an environment with guarantees, control, and growth. And no new taxes. Read my lips. No new taxes. You old enough to know that one?
Yeah.
Some of you ain't out there. No. Liz ain't old enough to know that one. Liz, have you heard me say that one yet? Or do you know where it comes from? Have you been doing your homework? Read my lips. No new taxes.
Too many jokes there. I'm letting it go.
Liz, where'd that come from? Name it. Claim it. Name it. Okay.
You're getting DMs. Yep, that's great.
We got you. Jesse, other than that, what are we looking forward to in the new year, new school year with our kids? We started by talking about families. Let's end it with a family convo. What is new about, oh, you didn't quite answer socialism, capitalism. Did you get allowance when you were growing up in that blue collar family environment of the 90s?
No. Plenty of chores, plenty of work, plenty of holding the flashlight for dad. You know that? Yeah.
That was rough.
That's
why we all are in therapy.
All of that kind of stuff. No conversations about either capitalism or socialism. No allowance. You were earning your keep.
All right. Yeah. All right. Mimi says, can you use a policy for your insurance needs? With the higher cost, it's crazy. Mimi, what the crap are you asking?
I'm thinking she's talking about health.
Health insurance? Is that what you mean?
If I had to guess. But you clarify for us.
Yeah, you'd let us know.
Because at the end of the day, when you leverage your cash value, you get to use it for whatever you want. Whether that's something in your lifestyle, paying off something, paying for something, like other insurances. I mean, I can give you an example. I mean, just from personal experience, could I pay for a year's worth of my automobile insurance by using policy loans from whole life insurance policies? Absolutely. Have I? Absolutely. Why not?
There you go, Mimi. Here we go.
Home and auto. Yeah, there you go.
Here's
Great.
The money.
Absolutely. When
put it on your home and auto insurance.
When I make an annual payment for my home insurance, my house insurance, and when I make semi-annual payments because they won't take any payments sooner with who we got right now
for car insurance.
For the auto.
Yeah. I don't think anybody takes annual car payments. Do they?
Some do, but we shop around when it comes to that. I'm not married to any one company there.
USAA. It's the Chick-fil-A of PNC. Okay. It's the Chick-fil-A of PNC insurance because they're so nice.
Is it the Lord's version of PNC insurance? Is that what you're saying?
It's the government's version. It's the pseudo-government's version.
I've definitely paid for my whole year's worth of home or auto insurance from our family banking system. Absolutely.
All right, what we got out here? Anything?
Yep.
Appreciate that, Mimi.
Dave says the banker does what he wants.
Let's go.
That's what
Remember,
I'm about.
These liquid dollars, the equity of your policy, they are called cash value. It is how much net equity you have in your policy can be used, loosed, or abused for whatever you want, Mimi. I would highly suggest you pay for your home and auto insurance with OPM. Yes, whatever you can type in the chat, I would suggest you use cash value to pay for it.
Yep.
Whatever.
It's getting you dollars to do multiple jobs. And just to play more into your question as we wrap up here, whenever you're ready, we did have a good family meeting this past
You told
week.
us it was coming. How'd it go?
Yeah, it was a very productive family meeting. We got a lot of new initiatives, and of course, family banking's at the center. It's the hub of further discussions, even though everybody's at different stages in vetting the idea or applying the idea, et cetera. But yeah, it plays into all these different things that we're talking about of family businesses.
Yeah. So how many family members do you have? How many attend this? How do you kind of? I know that did you institute the game?
I mean, some are out of state, so some of us are there in person in the room, of course, and then some are zooming in because of they're in a different.
Well,
state.
and how many people are? You have a large family.
Yeah,
I mean,
virtually everybody was.
Come?
I mean, we had a dozen people.
Yeah. Love to hear it. Did you play the game?
We did play the Kahoot game. Yeah. You saying play the game? I'm just.
Literally play the game.
We literally played the Kahoot game.
Yeah.
That I built out for that family. Yeah.
Did they enjoy it? You felt it spawned good convo.
Good. It made people ask questions. It made people think. It led to further conversations. It led to us saying, "Hey, we need to do this again." So we always have a creative or team building exercise as part of our family meetings where we're talking about legacy and long-term goals and things like that. And we had a Kahoot game.
Love
this
it.
round for the first time.
You guys play Kahoot out there? It's great. Nelson Hollins and I, after last week's live, had a great conversation in the last 7 days, and he is back. Nelson, good to see you, my friend. And Nelson has been, you don't mind me saying so, Nelson is on a faith journey throughout this vetting of the idea and trying to figure out how it works for him specifically. Also has previously realized some poor decisions that really wiped out kind of a savings account in the last couple of years.
Okay.
And Nelson is realizing realizing the truth of guaranteed contracts and how we can use it for banking. So it's great to reestablish connection and catch up with Nelson. Welcome back.
Fantastic.
Good to see you. Yes, of course, man. It was always
Any
good to chat with you. Any questions before we go? Speak now, forever hold your comments. Ladies and gentlemen, remember, here at the Cash Compound, you can learn code cracking cash flow. If you click that link right there and go to our regular TikTok profile space, you're going to see a link in the middle. One link to rule them all. Liz, what's that from? One link to rule them all. That link is a Linktree link. At the end of it, you see that. And if you click there, it's going to say, hey, watch our vid. If you want to watch the video, you'll also get our calendar. Our calendar will send you our schedule. We'd love to talk with you one-on-one. If no more questions are popping up, ladies and gents, we're going to call it quits. Remember, we're here each and every Thursday, 3:30 p.m. Eastern time for an hour of Ask Us Whatever. We've normally got multiple platforms going at the same time. We appreciate you subscribing on YouTube, following the Cash Compound over here, or pre-registering just in case we go to the slideshow. It becomes easier to see. And the YouTube community and the Zoom community kind of have first dibs to seeing the visuals. So appreciate you guys out there, even if you found us at random on TikTok. Appreciate you guys. All right, Mimi. Mimi, did you get on our phone? Did you pick a time? Are you on our calendar? It's time to log some hours with the coach one-on-one.
Absolutely.
We'd love to make sure that you stay up to date on your questions to move you along in your banking journey. So let's make it happen. You see all those ASMR videos? Are you even on TikTok, bro?
No, not
Peace.
really.
Peace, everybody.
See y'all.
All right. Liz got it. Lord of the Rings.
I was getting ready to say, our friendship has to go on pause if she doesn't know.
Until you watch the trilogy.
Because I'm not being a good friend if I've not.
Benny, are you all insurance salesmen? We are infinite banking specialists. There are lots of places and ways you can get insurance or life insurance outside of us. We specifically walk through how to use that product for infinite banking. That's our specialty.
Yep.
So it depends on why you ask and how you ask. But yes, we are licensed life insurance agents. However that strikes you, let us know. We'd love to talk to you if you want to do infinite banking, though. Peace out. A-Town down.